You're probably wondering why the Scottish music, especially when it's over footage of the Causeway Coast and glens in Northern Ireland. Well, we're not in Scotland, not yet anyway, but come May, myself, Colin and John will be taking on the epic challenge of the West Highland Way, a 96-mile hike through the iconic Highlands of Scotland. We'll be taking in some of the most scenic views the country has to offer. And our reasons for doing it? Well, we'll get to that later in this video. But for today, and for the next couple of days, it's all about preparation for the challenge. We've come to Glenmore Caravan and Camping Site, situated on the north coast of Northern Ireland, for a couple of nights. Just look at that epic sunset. Can you see it in behind me? Absolutely stunning. The idea for these next couple of nights is just to try out all our gear. We'll be bringing day packs, just make sure we're ready. We've got everything that we need. If we discover in this wee trip that there's some things not quite right, some things we can adjust, then it's going to give us time to be able to do that. We've never actually done the Causeway Coast hike, so we're really looking forward to it. Good morning. What a lovely morning it is. Just maybe make out Rathlin Island behind me there. Not sure if you can pick it up. So, lovely sunrise this morning. Got showered, cup of tea. Just going to get this granola and yogurt in me here. Get the bags packed before we set off for a hike along the coast. Plan is to head up towards Ballintoy, up that direction. Not sure if we'll reach Portrush or not, see how the old legs hold out, but lovely day for it. Sun shining, bit of rain maybe to come in a bit later on, but hopefully nothing too bad. Unbelievable. Any bacon there? You see, this is what happens when you try and eat healthy. That would not have happened if that was a bacon bap. Well, maybe a bit of brown sauce down the top, but it is good though. What's left of it. Let's get the bags packed, hit the road.
what you're going to need, you need your hat and your gloves, snood, something if you get a bad day or it's cold in the morning or whatever, right? Waterproof. I make first aid kit, blister treatment, all that you'll need in case you get a wee bit of power bank. You'll need hiking poles. Well, I'd bring out sunglasses. I don't know why you bother about toilet rolls, many places in the way.
Colin had to leave us, so John, Johnny and myself set off, and it wasn't long before we got our first glimpse of this stunning coastline. You can see just down there, Causeway rope bridge. We'll try and get down there, see if we can get across it.
Oh, look, it is. Yeah, because there's the stone things in them. Oh, what's this here?
What is it?
We will rock you. Come on, we will.
Just look at the prices here. 15 quid.
I've been hiking and camping for a few years and I've always wanted to do a through hike but didn't know which one to do. Just happened that my middle son, he went to move to Glasgow in a village called Mulgai, a town called Mulgai, and my first time over there I noticed it was just actually the starting point, the West Highland Way, and I thought I'll make that my first one, and that's what planted the seed. And that was 3 years ago. We've actually talked about it, and now we're only getting around to do it. And what led to doing it, and then what led to deciding to raise money for charity was another story. But that's basically how it came about.
But the scenery as well. You know, you're talking the Highlands of Scotland, some of the most scenic routes and paths through those highlands you're going to get to see, which is really looking forward to. and that was a big attraction to me.
Well, when I looked in, what you did, when I looked into it, I realised, I just thought it was a hike that people don't know. We come from all over the world, Canada, America, South America.
You've been to the start line a few times, haven't you?
Yeah.
Over visiting Mason.
Yeah. And I've seen in all the guest books, I've had a wee flick through the guest books at the hotels, and the messages and people from around the world would scout Africa, South America, any country you can think of, Netherlands, and they all come, travel. You think of the wilderness you can go and do in Canada, and they're leaving there to come and do this. And it's a half-an-hour flight for us, so it's a no-brainer. Let's hope it lives up yet.
Just coming up to Ballantoy Church, then I think we take a wee right here, and then it takes you on down to the harbour. Another scene from Game of Thrones, so looking forward to seeing that. Normally there'd be a cafe here, sells teas, coffees, sandwiches, chocolate, that sort of thing. It's closed today, surprisingly, on a Saturday, but maybe it's seasonal, maybe it doesn't open until Easter. Shame. So that's us leaving Ballantoy Harbour. Next stop, I believe, is White Park Bay Beach. Something's telling me that's the beach that has cows on it, which I suppose is pretty unique. So let's see if it is. Just coming up to Elephant Rock here, and you can see why it gets its name, sort of. This looks like a great spot for a cup of tea.
spoiled.
Have to say, we're now 10.5 miles into the hike and the boys are starting to get a bit tired. All down to the short sleeves now.
Summertime.
Let's go. We decided to end our hike there for the day and headed to the local town of Ballintoy for some food and drinks. Cheers, boys.
Cheers, lads. What a day.
We've decided to do this challenge for a special charity that's close to both of us really, and the charity is the Kevin Bell Repatriation Trust. So I'll just let John explain why we've chose that charity for the challenge.
So, very close friend of ours, Donald Ferguson. Fergie was known by everybody. Passed away in Australia over 3 years ago, and it was a week or so before Christmas, and this charity was instrumental in bringing Fergie home to his parents. And without that charity, the phone calls and all the sort of red tape, that it would have been a nightmare already. They added to a nightmare for the family, and they'll never forget what that charity done. So when we decided to do this walk, we suddenly then thought, well, if we're going to do a challenge like this, we may as well raise some money while we're at it. And the only charity we could think about straight away was the Kevin Bell. And if you can, this is sort of like, if we've raised a few pound already. We've actually raised near £1,000, and there's 3 of us doing the walk, and we've a target of £1,000 each. If we can raise 3 grand all together, that would be brilliant. And Scott's going to put the link in the description, aren't you?
Yeah, the link will be in the description down below.
And if you can give, doesn't matter what it is, it all helps, and this charity does amazing work for still to this day, all around the world. So let's hope we can complete this challenge and raise some money while we're doing it.
And John, do you want to explain a bit about who Fergie was and what he sort of meant to you? And everyone that knew him, I suppose.
Well, what Fergie was. Listen, no enemies, nicest fella. I mean, I consider him as a brother. And he's a sort of boy walk into a room, smile and light the room up. And he went and followed his dream and lived life to the full. If anybody knows him and knows what he was like, you just always wanted to be in his company. And I'm going to be honest, it's been very, very hard to get over his death, and to do this walk in his name is the very least I can do, in his memory. And I always say, and me and my brothers always say, that he'll never be forgotten. And it's over 3 years now, and there's not a day goes past where I don't think about him. So to do this in his name, I'm looking forward to it. It's the least I can do.